Now, before we start talking about network hacking, you need to have a basic understanding on how networks work. Now we all know that a network usually contains a number of clients connected to each other, and clients usually connect to a network in order to share data or resource. A really good example of a resource that we all have connected to networks in order to access networks and even wired networks all the time just to access the internet. Now all networks, whether it's Wi-Fi or wired, work on the same principle. They have a device that is considered as server or access point. Now in many cases, for example, in your home network, router or access point is the only device that has access to the resource. So none of these clients have direct access to the resource, even after connecting to the network. The only way they can access the resource is through your client number 1 and you connect it to the home network over Wi-Fi or Ethernet, over a cable, and then you opened a browser and you typed google.com. What happens is your computer will send the request through the access point asking for google.com. The access point has access to the resource, which is internet in this example, so it's gonna go and forward the response to your computer, and as a result you will see the website loading on your browser. So if you actually go to your router at home and look at it, you'll see at the back it's connected through a cable to the wall. And this is how it's the only device in your network that has direct access to the resource, and none of the computers connected to the network can access the resource or access the internet without the router, without the access point. So the only way for all the connected clients to access the resource between clients and the access point as packets. So you can think of all of these arrows as a series of packets being transmitted between the clients and access point as requests and responses. Now in Wi-Fi networks, if these packets are wireless card and you're within range, you'll be able to capture all of these requests and responses. So basically you will be able to see anything that any computer connected to the same network as you, thus on the internet, because they will have to send all of these data to the access point. And because they're sending this data in the air to capture these requests and responses. And you'll be able to see the URLs they visit, the username, passwords they enter, the chat messages. Anything they do on the internet will be sent as packets, and therefore you'll be able to capture it and analyze it. We'll talk more about that later as we go through the course. So that much for today's session. Thank you.